As of July 2023, the term BRICS refers to China, Russia, Brazil, India, and South Africa, which are five emerging economies with significant geopolitical influence. Given the combined leadership of China and Russia, combination of Brazil, India, and South Africa have the potential to challenge the dominance of the United States and NATO. However, following are some of the factors that stand on the way of exerting full impact of BRICS on countering the politics of USA and collective West. 1. Military power. While the BRICS countries, with special reference to China and Russia, possess great military capabilities, as conflict in Ukraine has revealed, whether their combined strength matches the United States and NATO's combined military remains to be seen. The US and NATO have well-established military alliances and advanced technology, making them formidable opponents, though, according to record, they have never won any military victory since 1945. Expression of strength of BRICS also depends on how the member countries adapt to the natural leadership of China and Russia, who might be facing resistance from member countries like Brazil and especially India, a domesticated ally of collective West. Second is economic strength. BRICS countries have made significant economic strides. However, their economies are not on par with that of the United States. Other than China and Russia, remaining member countries, especially India, lacks leadership that can utilize full potential of their formidable human resource through indigenous schooling required to create a disciplined workforce, which is the main engine of socio-economic development of a given nation. Despite their growing economic influence, member countries other than China and Russia face challenges in areas such competent leadership, income disparities, infrastructure, accountability, and governance. Leadership role of both China and Russia may possibly catalyze economic growth of this camp. Third, political differences. It is true that BRIC countries have diverse political systems, foreign policy priorities, and historical rivalries, which may hinder effective cooperation in countering the US and NATO. There is every reason to believe that the US and NATO will do everything in their power to undermine and even disintegrate this organization to maintain the status quo, meaning their world dominance and control. Presence of India is said to be designed just for that. However, political wisdom and leadership of China and Russia, in conjunction with vast human and natural resources in their possession, should make it possible to forge unity within this organization. Fourth, technological gap. The US and NATO lead in technological advancement, particularly in defense and cyber capabilities, providing them with an edge in modern warfare. This is an example of how able leadership of a given group of nations, however small, can develop the quality of their own human resources through indigenous schooling and boost up their technological advancement. This is precisely what both China and Russia have done to achieve similar success, unlike other counterparts of BRICS. But China and Russia, in the leadership role and their support and guidance, can potentially close the technological gap. That is not to imply the task is easy. Fifth, diplomatic and soft power. It is true that a cursory look at the United States and NATO have strong diplomatic ties and substantial soft power, which allows them to influence international institutions, alliances, and public opinion more effectively. However, It must be emphasized that it is the paid media of the collective West that is engaged in conditioning people with misinformation and disinformation and make them take stand on a given political issue, even if that goes against the public interest. It is essential that Brics undertake aggressive and fierce media warfare to counter such vicious effects of misinformation and disinformation. While the Brics countries individually and collectively can assert themselves as important global players, counterbalancing the influence of the US and NATO would require substantial cooperation and convergence of interest among them. Essentially, members of Brics must make a commitment to drastic reform of schooling system where their own human resources will be shaped through indigenous schooling system instead of westernized imitation schooling to work for national development and prosperity. This must be under the guidance and with the support of China and Russia, who have already achieved success in this regard. India being on board and door kept open for additional members is an open invitation for internal conflict. However, under the wisdom and powerful leadership of both Russia and China, Brics may have a good chance of success. Most of the world, represented by Global South, is anxiously waiting for this change. If you like what you see and hear, please subscribe and ring the bell.